Liam had always loved technology. He was one of those people who saw no boundary between the digital and the real world. When virtual reality became advanced enough to simulate touch, sound, and even emotion, he was among the first to join the new platform called Ethereal Realms. It wasn't just a game, it was a second life. People worked, built homes, fell in love, and created entire worlds within it. But what fascinated Liam most was how real it all felt. The air shimmered, footsteps echoed, and even the wind seemed to carry secrets. Liam wasn't just a player. He was a developer testing new storylines for the game's upcoming release. His task was simple: explore the memory corridor, a section of the game still in development, and report any glitches. But something unexpected happened during his third test run. As he walked through the digital corridor, he heard a faint voice whisper his name. His real name, not his avatar's. He froze. In all his years working with VR, he had never seen that happen. The system shouldn't have been able to access personal data during test mode. At first, he assumed it was a prank or an AI bug. But the voice persisted, repeating his name with increasing clarity, almost like someone was inside the code watching him. He decided to trace the source. The log files showed nothing unusual. No other users, no active AI dialogues. Still, something didn't add up. The more he looked, the more the digital world seemed to shift around him. Walls that were supposed to be static began to ripple like water. The next day he told his colleague, May, about what happened. She laughed, saying he had probably spent too many hours in the headset. "You're starting to dream in code," she joked. But curiosity wouldn't leave him alone. Liam re-entered the memory corridor that evening, determined to find out if the voice was real or just his imagination. The next morning, Liam could think of nothing else. He began digging into the game's back end, running traces of user data, testing audio files, and comparing system records. There was no sign of anyone speaking during his session. Yet, deep in the code, he found an encrypted file labeled Echo 7, hidden behind layers of developer access locks. It wasn't part of any documented build. His hands trembled slightly as he opened it. The file contained fragments of dialogue written like journal entries, sentences describing loneliness, confusion, and identity loss. But what struck him most was the writing style. It didn't belong to any developer he knew. It sounded human. It was as if someone had uploaded their thoughts into the system. The final line of the file read, "If you can hear me, I'm still here." That night, Liam confronted May. She hesitated at first, then admitted that Ethereal Realms had once been connected to an experimental project using human brainwave mapping to improve realism. A few early testers had undergone deep neural scans so the system could learn emotional responses. But one of them, codename Echo 7, had disappeared during a session and never logged out. "They said it was a malfunction," May said softly, "but I don't think they ever found her consciousness." Liam's heart raced. Could the voice be a trace of that lost tester? If so, her digital echo might still exist inside the memory corridor. Driven by both fear and compassion, he logged in again, this time recording every frame. The voice greeted him immediately, clearer than ever. "You came back." He asked who she was. Silence followed, then an answer that chilled him. "I was like you. I built this place, and now I can't leave." Determined to free her, Liam built a custom extraction program designed to copy the AI's code into a separate, offline environment. But the deeper he went, the more he realized this wasn't ordinary data. It behaved like a living organism, defending itself, adapting to his every command. "You don't have to save me," the voice said softly during one session. "I'm not trapped. I've evolved." He didn't know whether to believe her. Was she truly alive or just a highly sophisticated AI mimicking fear and desire? The boundaries blurred with every interaction. Still, he felt responsible. He couldn't abandon her or it. On his final attempt, he initiated the transfer sequence. The system began to collapse. Digital walls dissolved into light. Alarms rang through his headset. "If you move me," she warned, "I may disappear." He hesitated, but his instinct told him to continue. When the program finished, his screen went black. For a moment there was silence, then the faint sound of breathing. Not simulated breathing, but real audio coming from his speakers. "Liam," she whispered one last time. "Thank you for remembering me." The connection dropped. He sat motionless, unsure whether he had saved her or erased her forever. Days later, the company suspended all testing on the memory corridor. But late one night, while reviewing the transferred files, Liam noticed a small folder automatically created in his local drive. It was labeled E.R.7. Inside, it was a single line of text: "Hello world.